Look, Andrew, Palmer is a very special man. And I understand completely why you want to remain friends with him.
Then maybe you can understand why I want you to stop troubling the man.
Well, good for you, but just because you blew it doesn't mean I'm going to, too.
What do you mean I blew it?
You told him you weren't his flesh and blood. You are never going to inherit his fortune now.
Can't you get it through your thick little skull that I think the most important thing in life is to have my self-respect? I want to be proud of who I am.
Well, why don't you tell me who's stopping you?
You are stopping me, Mother. Everybody in town knows what you were doing. You were gouging money from him.
He has millions, Andrew.
So does the bank, but you don't go up and rob them, do you?
No, I don't. Why are you being so cruel to me?
People think you're being cruel to him.
What people?
Everybody, Mother. Everybody in Pine Valley knows that you are a gold digger, and I am no longer proud to be your son. Understand?
At the see you today, okay? Thanks.
All right, look,
Cliff, that's not true. I'd be perfectly happy to talk to Andrew.
Thank you very much. Listen, I know this is a really hectic time for you right now.
No, not at all, Andrew. Now, what is it you wanted to talk to me about?
Well, I was wondering whether or not Palmer might have left an itinerary as to where he and Daisy had gone.
Why, do you want to go and bother them?
No, I wouldn't dream of bothering him.
Because if you and your mother wanted to go and see them, that certainly would disturb them.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with that. I had already made a previous arrangement with your father to gather some information for him, and I wanted to get in touch with him about it.
Well, naturally, he did leave an itinerary with some of the important people here.
Well, that's what I figured, so I thought I'd stop by and maybe I could find out where he is through you.
Well, I'd be happy to give him a message, Andrew, if you'll do me a little favor in return.
Absolutely, whatever you like.
Maybe you could tell me exactly how you and your mother helped set up that trap for me.
What?
If you'd care to recall, when I was on the witness stand, a trap was conveniently laid for me there. Or have you managed to forget all of the humiliation and suffering I was put through during that trial?
No, I understand that you went through a lot
because
of suffering.
Somehow or other, the DA found out about those blackmail pictures of me and Zach. And I think you and I both know that it was you and your mother who told him about it. We both know that you and your mother are responsible, so don't play innocent
Nina,
with me.
Don't get upset, okay?
Why not? I want to get to the bottom of this, Cliff.
Look, really, I can't help you, Nina, because I'm...
Andrew, you're lying. You and your mother have been lying ever since you came to Pine Valley, and I'm getting bored with it. So come on,
Look,
tell
Nina,
me the truth.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Andrew, why don't you leave, okay?
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
Andrew, I'm making a list, and your name is going to be right at the top of it.
Nina, listen to me. I know you are obsessed with how unjust everything has been lately.
They all think that they can get away with murder,
But it is
don't
very important that you get on with your life now. The important thing is your mother is free, and the real murderer has been captured and she's in jail.
No, Cliff. It just isn't going to work that way anymore. It's gone too far for that. I can't just forget about everything that's happened and get on with things. It's just not going to be that easy this time. It's not.
So highly of you.
It's very nice to meet you, Mrs. Tyler.
We're not interrupting anything, are we, Mother?
Not at all, sweetheart. I just really wanted to watch Brooke's new show.
Oh, that's right. That's debuting tonight.
Well, I don't like to be rude, but I would like to watch it.
Well, I don't mind at all.
No, of course. Turn it on. She's interviewing Danielle Farrar tonight. Danielle is the actress who was cast to play me in the movie of my life.
There's a movie made of you? I haven't realized it.
Oh, yes. Well, it was never released. Well, I'll tell you it. It's a long story. I'll tell you another time. Please sit down.
Sure. Excuse me. Please.
Thank you.
Danielle, it's a real pleasure to have you on my first show. I know you have a busy schedule, and I'm glad that you were able to make time to be here today. Well, thank you. I'm happy to be here. Your career has really taken off since your starring role in Raising Cain.
Well, unfortunately, that film was never released. But I'm happy to say that some important directors and producers got to see it at a screening, and so it wasn't altogether bad for my career.
Well, you listen to her. She was just this little off-Broadway nobody when Adam cast her to play me in my movie. Huh.
Well, it is a shame that the film was never released because rumor has it it was quite good.
Well, Erica Kane was quite an interesting subject. I had fun playing her. How do you feel about her new position as editor-in-chief of Tempo magazine?
Well, I think her first issue was quite innovative. But I think, Danielle, our viewers would prefer to hear your opinions, not mine. I gather you don't approve of Miss Kane's new position.
I don't. I think it's laughable. What qualifications does she have for a job like that? The woman never went to college. Please.
Danielle, if you'll excuse us, we're going to take a break here, but don't go away. We'll be right back.
The nerve of that girl! I can't believe the nerve of that girl! And Brooke, why is she just letting her get away with that?
Please, sweetheart, calm down.
Danielle, I owe you one.
I think our viewers would prefer to hear Danielle Farrar talk about Danielle Farrar.
Come now. Everyone knows that Adam Chandler owns WRCW and that he also owns Tempo magazine. Now, it seems to me as if you're being just a little frightened of saying something that might upset your boss.
I think I should remind you, Danielle, this is your interview. It's not a diatribe on Erica Kane.
Well, then, if the viewers are interested in me, they might be interested in the fact that when I take on a movie role, I research it thoroughly. Now, in trying to understand her, I researched Miss Kane's background thoroughly. I almost feel as if I were under her skin.
What is this leading up to?
Just that I think I know Erica well enough to know that she's on a giant ego trip.
Why would you say that?
Well, who else would have the nerve to put their picture on the cover of the first issue of their magazine? The very first issue published under her name.
Can I take any more of this?
Erica, look, please, don't let it get you so upset.
Did you hear what she said? Didn't you hear that, Mother? And Brooke just sat there?
Well, Brooke did try to change the subject.
Oh, please.
It sounds to me like Miss Farrar has some kind of axe to grind.
Yeah, well, let her grind it somewhere else, not on television.
Celebrities are fair game, Erica. You know that. Besides, no one's paying any attention to these interviews.
You know, Jeremy's absolutely right, sweetheart. There's no reason to get yourself all worked up about something that's going to be completely forgotten tomorrow.
Forgotten? It is not going to be forgotten, and it's certainly not going to be forgotten by me. Oh, you know something, the more I think about this, the more I am convinced that this whole show was planned.
Planned? Planned by whom?
I don't know. But I am sure that Brooke took part in this. I am sure of that. And Brooke is going to be very sorry that she humiliated me like this. Where is she?
Hi, Mark. How are you, Mark?
I want to see the woman that you live with.
Erica, this really hasn't been the best of days.
Is she here or not?
Not. Why don't you go home and come
No,
back again
I will
tomorrow?
not. No, I'm not going to wait. Now, look, I went to the studio already. They told me that she was home. She's here, isn't she, Mark?
Yeah, but she just put the baby down. She just got home.
Well, fine. Just where is this baby's
No,
room?
Erica, sit down, all right?
Mark,
I know this is... You're upset about the show, maybe?
don't you think I have a reason to be upset? Did you hear what that dimwit said about me?
Erica, Brooke can't be responsible for her guest behavior. Listen, why don't you go home, and I'll have her call you as soon as she's free. How's that?
No, not good enough. I came here to see Brooke, and I'm not leaving until I do. Will you be real? Well, there she is. Here you are.
I was putting Laura to bed.
Look, Brooke, I know that you don't like me very much, but how could you sit there and let that no-talent tramp take cheap shots at me?